I just want to give my overall thoughts about the Minnesota Vikings going into week 4 against the Carolina Panthers. I was actually going to go to that game. Most of y'all know I was going to go to that game, support that game, but I decided not to. All right. Instead, I'm going to go spend some time with my little daughter, man. We going to go to us a little festival or something, because I'm not going to go sit in the stands and watch this, right? Because one thing we lack, man, and one thing I don't agree with is the discipline on this football team right now. Now, I want to talk about it, right? It's the day after, emotions simmer down. Everybody's kind of coming down now and thinking about the Vikings in a totality, man, the season and where we're headed after this point. I got to put it like this. Last night, I was surprised, man. A lot of people were blaming TJ Hawkinson. And, I see the reason because you had an extra couple days to prepare for this game. And to me, this game was considered a must-win game. Like, you had to go out there, and I didn't want you to just win this game. You had to go out there and really put a statement on this game, like really stomp them, right? Stomp them. That would have made me feel a little better. Now, if we would have won, 28-24, whatever it would have been, I would have been okay with that, because a win is a win in the NFL. But going back to the win is a win, and we think about last year and the Minnesota Vikings and all the games that they won and the ball bounced their way. Well, this year, it's been the complete opposite. The games that we would have won last year, now we're starting to lose them. And I can tell you right now, towards the end of the season last year, we're actually starting to see what this football team really is. And what is it? It's not ready to take a leap. It's not ready to push for a Super Bowl. And you know what? As a Vikings fan, me personally, that is my ultimate goal for rooting for this team. All right. You got some people who root for teams because they're born in the city that the team's from. They're just from there. Their family's from there, whatever it may be. But me, man, I started rooting for the Vikings because of Randy Moss. And after that went out the window and he moved on and went about his career, I started rooting for the Vikings because I want to win a Super Bowl. I'm not from Minnesota. I've been there a couple times, but I'm not from Minnesota. I have no attachments to Minnesota, although I love the city, man. Shout out to everybody there, man, that showed me love a couple weeks ago when I was there. But, the truth of the matter is, man, I want to see my squad push for a Super Bowl, be competitive. And what you can't do is barely win football games over and over again. Teams that make the Super Bowl, teams that are, Super Bowl caliber teams, they always have those games in the season where they step on people's necks, all right? They will win multiple games by 2 or 3 more touchdowns. Like, that's just how they're proving that they are better than most of the other teams in the NFL. Now, yes, it's the NFL. You're going to have your close games, your gritty games. That's okay to have them. But when you have 11 of them, like, I'm just going back to last year. Now that I can think about it and think about how we're performing right now in the first 3 weeks of this season, when you go back to last year, winning those type of games, it should have been obvious that we weren't going to go anywhere. So it's making the people that were calling us frauds, and I was like, hey, quit playing with us, because I'm a ride for the squad, man. And quit playing with us. A win is a win in the NFL. But now the reality check has set in. And the truth is, we weren't that team last year, even winning 13 games, because we won 13 games with a lot of luck, and they weren't convincing. All right. They weren't convincing wins. This season, we're seeing now, I mean, if the ball doesn't bounce our way, then we can't win the game. Like, this is the truth. And this is how I feel about it. We shouldn't be in positions to where, a Caleb Evans has to make that interception or the game would have changed. Or, TJ Hawkinson drops that touchdown pass or whatever and it bounces and they intercept it. We should have already been up by 14 points. It shouldn't have mattered, right? That's how I see it, because I look at the offense had multiple opportunities to, put some points on the board, man. Put some points on the board. And yet we get down in the red zone and we can't score touchdowns. All right. Again, I'm gonna go back to Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook scored, what is it? He usually always scores around 7-8 touchdowns. We got rid of that. And now we got to figure out who is going to make up for those touchdowns. Dalvin Cook was a touchdown machine. Now, there's people that are okay with paying Davenport $14 million to do absolutely nothing. But I'm going to tell you right now, if we would have had Cook on this team, our team definitely would have been in a better position it is right now. Now, I'm not saying that he would have been out there and just winning us football, winning us these first 3 games. But what I will say is you would have noticed the difference, all right? Because one thing about Cook is he has a nose for the end zone. You got some people that just know how to score touchdowns. And some of those handoffs that we had down in the red zone where we just got stuffed at the line of scrimmage, Dalvin Cook can bounce that thing out and score. You know, like, I'm just saying, man, like, sometimes you have to pick your poison. Now, I'm not going to beat that dead horse anymore after today because I know for a fact that there was a lot deeper than Dalvin not coming back because we didn't want to pay him. I mean, I just think there was something there that he just felt disrespected and all that, this, that, and the third. But what I am saying is we have failed to fix that void. We have failed, like, to think about who is going to make up for those 8 to 10 touchdowns that Dalvin Cook scores every year. Who's going to make up for it? We don't have that person. You feel me? And I'm going to tell you right now, you better start looking because it's going to be a long season, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a long season. We don't have no touchdown machine because think about this. Justin Jefferson isn't even a touchdown machine his damn self. And there's just some people who naturally have a nose for the end zone, man. And I think Dalvin Cook probably was that guy. He was that guy. He was our touchdown guy for the most part. That dude knew how to score a damn touchdown. You hear me? So, hey, man, I put it like this. I see us winning 4 to 5 games this season. And with that being said, you know, for the ones who want to win, I get it. You want to win. You want your team to win. But there's other ways to win, right? So if you get a good draft pick, that's winning. Because you can get you a player, a generational talent. Hopefully, you know, nothing's guaranteed. And we understand that. Nothing is guaranteed. But hopefully you can get yourself a generational player, you know, and then the following years, you can build on that and build a team that you can root for and be actual competitors, actual team that has a realistic chance of winning a championship. Because I feel like the Vikings haven't had a realistic chance in a long time. And every offseason, we feel like that. I know I do. I feel like we always have a chance. But you know what? That air was sucked out the room yesterday. But it's okay, though. I'm still going to embrace the football team and embrace the future. I think there is a future there for us. We just have to make the right moves right now. Listen, the Kirk lovers, man, it's over with. It's over with. I mean, some of y'all just are happy that he's on pace for 6,000 yards and 51 touchdowns. That's cool. You know, if that brings you joy, that's fine. You know, but at the end of the day, that don't bring me joy. I'd rather a quarterback only go throw for 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns, but we're 3-0, and we have a defense and we have playmakers that are we're winning teams and we're beating teams and we're beating them convincingly. Let me know how you feel. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer, who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gon' do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.